You'd be blank if you blank by Pixie Bruner. I have lost count of how many times I have been told you'd be prettier if I smiled more with your blood tinting my teeth like a copper-flavored, slightly thicker than water periodontal rinse. I wore a shorter skirt and had it wrapped upon your neck as I wrung and pulled, feet braced against the side of your head until I heard a satisfying pop from your spinal column. I straightened my hair so it was a free-flowing silken veil between my shoulder blades as I hacksawed off your limbs so you fit better in the cardboard box. I wore makeup. It is best to wear a disguise when seeking victims. A useful tip, I concede. I wore high heels to show off my figure, and while you don't say this part, so I'm hobbled and can't run, stilettos fit snugly into an ear canal with enough force. I didn't wear solid black clothes every day and wore some color. Black is a color. I'm not a ninja, haha. It's just best for hiding the handprints on me. I have lost count of how many times I have been told you'd be more popular if I lost a few pounds, but someone somewhere will be eventually celebrating the loss of 200 pounds today. I dressed in clothes that weren't frumpy, fit me properly, and showed off my killer curves, but it would be harder to hide the weapons if I wore bodycon garments. I wore more feminine perfume, warm vanilla or floral scents as suggested, but they give me a headache combined with the disinfectants I go through like water. I didn't wear combat boots with everything, but they are non-slip, waterproof, and practical for 3 a.m. grave digging. I just grew out my nails and got manicures, but harsh chemicals ruin polish, prohibit hard labor, and it's so much easier to clean viscera from them at this length. I have lost count of how many times I've been told you'd not be single if I wasn't always knitting or crocheting like a grandmother. The ancient Egyptians were on to something good to use these tools to remove soft organs through small orifices. I wasn't a teetotaler if I hung out and relaxed and cut loose a little, but you're very languid, hanging out and swaying gently from the rafter meat hook. If I just danced with you at the club, I love to dance, just not with you, and no one is ever watching. I was less political and opinionated. I'm sorry. Amazon rated this bar set 4 stars, but my transorbital lobotomy skills are a little primitive. But do you have any opinions still? I have lost count of how many times I have been told you'd be happier if I just chilled, pulled the stick out of my ass, and pretended to want and like it, which is precisely why you have a piece of rebar up yours. You didn't pretend to want or like it either. I acted more like a girl in response to the winch I dress and process deer on when I finally invited you over for dinner. You were dressed, wrapped in butcher paper, and are portioned out, neatly labeled, in the freezer for winter. I was taller. Did you know that a person grows several inches when on the rack and the cranking begins? Now you know. Simple machines give simple pleasures. if I didn't always have my nose in a book. But then, how else would I learn toxicology, anatomy, and the LD50s I must always surpass, as well as how to slightly stains, how to remove them from various surfaces. Truth is, I've lost count of my body count.